Welcome to App Stupid Studios, the fastest growing sports and entertainment channel on these YouTube streets. We did it. We're in season 3 thanks to you all. This is where we cover NBA, college basketball, and college football, along with the NFL. Thanks to you all for making us one of your stops and destinations in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. So sit back, relax, let us do our thing. Welcome to App Stupid. What up? It's your boy Big Vern coming to you live from the App Stupid studio on a beautiful Monday morning here in the Midwest. Pretty frigid though. High is supposed to be 45. We got storms rolling in this evening, so if you need to put down your rock salt, make sure you do so responsibly. Got an action-packed show for you. The Super Bowl beatdown. The Philadelphia Eagles, they beat a stroke into the Kansas City Chiefs. What does this mean for Chiefs Kingdom? And then Aaron Rodgers, he got waived 2 hours before the Super Bowl by the Jets. That seemed a little bit personal. And then Jerry Jones in Dallas, Mr. Schottenheimer, he hires another coach. We'll go over that, talk about that a little bit more. And then you'll get my thoughts on the Super Bowl halftime show and the moment that was missed in hip-hop history that would have benefited and penetrated more than the performance last night. These stories and many more when we come back from a quick 20 from a rap album we're pushing this month. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. Now, bam, it's your boy Big Vern. Y'all know how we do. Promoting a new rap album, The Mussolini, True Player in the Game, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is True Game, Her and Her. That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. Feels Better, Fly With Me featuring Jimmy Waters, and many more. The Mussolini, True to the Game, in stores now. Yeah, shout out to the Moose. Shout out to Moose doing this thing. Like I said, I enjoy the album. It's hip hop week, so a lot of different stuff is coming out. So, like I said, we'll be listening for some gems and some hidden gems, put you up on some good music. But right now, I want to talk about the Super Bowl beatdown. And last night was embarrassing. I'm not gonna hold you. It was embarrassing for the Kansas City Chiefs. Anybody can lose a game. Let's just start there. Anybody can lose a game, but how these dudes lost that game, it was ridiculous. I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs only had 49 rushing yards for the game. They got chewed up and beat up on the ground. They got Patrick Mahomes, despite him becoming one-dimensional and slinging the ball downfield, that's the only give that they had for real. As a club, the Kansas City Chiefs only had 12 first downs. The third down efficiency rating stunk. They didn't do anything from the first half, really, of that football game. It was all over. And when they did get the 6 points in the third quarter, it was pretty much towards the end of the quarter, and Philly just kept pouring it on. I mean, the score, that 22-40, that was not the score. That was not the score. And it was nothing that they could do with the Philadelphia Eagles. And I know they kept on talking about the brotherly shove where they would all get in that wedge formation and then they would push and they would have the front line bulldoze you over. And they was like, oh, it's unstoppable. They only used it one time in that game at the line. Kansas City lost this game every which way you could lose a game. And it looked like the slippage of a dynasty, honestly, to tell you the truth. It looked like the slippage of a dynasty. Patrick Mahomes got sacked 6 times in that game. He was sacked 6 times relentlessly. Now, I don't know what that says about the Kansas City front offensive line. I know what it says. It says that they're terrible. Anybody could have a bad game, but you got this man sacked 6 times. And it was just like, wow, I didn't see that coming. They punted 6. Kansas City rarely punts, but to put them in a punt situation 6 times, And them to be clueless on the sidelines, angry, all in their head, they're getting handled and manhandled in front of the world. The Eagles made this thing look easy. Then Patrick Mahomes is out there throwing picks. And I think that Philly has exposed Kansas City, because when Mahomes starts running around doing all of his backyard football stuff, all they did was put a spy right there in the middle of the field and watch him, watch his eyes, look where he was going to go, and then anticipate that. This dude had a pick six in the Super Bowl. It was literally the worst game of his career. It was the worst game of his career by far. Tell you what, give me a quick 20 from a rap album we're promoting this month so I can land this ship. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot.
Dun, 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 dun. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what we do. 2025, new album out on the streets. Bodie James and Who the Hell is Carlo? Hidden in plain sight. In stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it's Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites are Hidden in Plain Sight, the feature track with Conway the Machine and Styles P, Big Wings, and Brick James. Bodie James and Who the Hell is Carlo? Hidden in Plain Sight. In stores.
Yeah, in stores now. So make sure you go ahead and check that out, Bodie James. I like that Brick James thing. That's dope to me. So, when we get back on this Super Bowl beatdown, I don't feel sorry for any of these millionaires that are making millions of dollars. Also, notably, that place was empty. That place was a whole hell of a lot empty. And what they did to manipulate the optics that the NFL, what they tried to do, because I told you on this program that the tickets were not flying for the Super Bowl, and the ticket prices were dropping an hour beforehand because nobody wanted to go in there. Nobody wanted to be in that place when they were charging that amount of money in New Orleans. So what they did, they just cut the lights out and made sure you just saw the first two decks. But that place was empty. That place was empty. And it's becoming very, very elitist that only movie stars and, celebrities can afford tickets to go to something that you claim that this is for the everyman. So do what you will with that. But back on them and the way that they roughed up the Kansas City Chiefs, Jalen Hurts deserved to win the MVP of the game. He deserved it. He was Super Bowl MVP. He had one of the most, like I said, he had the best night of his life. 17 of 22, 221 yards, 2 touchdowns. Then Jalen Hurts, he tucks it, calls his number 11 times, 72 yards for a touchdown score. Now, every time he broke the pocket, he averaged 6.5 yards a carry. That's crazy. That's how bad the Kansas City Chiefs were focused in on trying to stop Saquon Barkley. They gave up to the quarterback 6.5 yards a carry for his average. And Saquon, like I said, they were keying in on him. 25 touches, 57 yards. He didn't score. The sick catch for Devontae Smith over the shoulder, deep. That was sick. That was sick, and that was Jalen Hurts in his bag. And say what you want, they wanted to make this big deal about A.J. Brown, and he wasn't getting the kind of touches he was getting, and the locker room was very tumultuous because they wouldn't throw the ball. That guy had a very good Super Bowl. And I get it, ego. Everybody wants to be the man. I get that wholeheartedly. But if we're winning games, screw trying to be the man. I want to win games. And he did. He spread the ball around because you got Dotson. He had 2 catches for 42 yards. Saquon Barkley, 6 catches for 40 yards. Goddard, 2 catches for 27 yards. Even Goddard, he came up big because he was getting the ball in key situations that kept the Eagles on the ground and really kept them in the hunt going forward. Because if you look at it, the Eagles had time of possession at 36 minutes and 58 seconds. That's another thing that people want to point out is that Patrick Mahomes, he is, for all intensive purposes, he's a rhythm quarterback. He's out there, he's got the rhythm, he can feel it. Him and his receivers are in sync. If you don't move him off his square, he's going to slice and dice that defense up. Moving him off his square, making him run, he becomes more predictable. He does hold the ball in his hands too long. He tries to scramble around and make things happen. And when you start having holding calls and then you're in the back of your head that you need to be running for your life, that's how these things develop. But yeah, there's not much to say about a thorough ass whooping. They got a Philadelphia-sized ass whooping. So go Birds. And I was happy to see Saquon Barkley. I'm not an Eagles fan, by the way. I was happy to see Saquon Barkley get a ring for the way he was treated in New York. I was happy to see Jalen Hurts get his just desserts because of what he went through at college at the hands of Nick Saban. He also transferred and went to Oklahoma. And I kept telling everybody come draft night, I told them that Jalen Hurts was going to have a better career than Tua Tagovailoa. Number one, Tua is too small. And then I kept telling them that this dude that they abandoned and said he wasn't going to be a good pro, I was like, Jalen Hurts has played in multiple systems and went to the college championship game in both the SEC and he went to the BCS in Oklahoma. Why wouldn't he be a good pro? He's proved that he's a winner. And now he has a Super Bowl to his credit. He's got a Super Bowl to his credit. So go Birds. Go Birds. If you're in the chat and you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, did you think any of that was possible last night? This is Big Vern. I'll be